Loneliness can weigh heavily on the heart, especially in the quiet hours of the night. A woman who sleeps alone with no husband by her side may feel the ache of solitude, the longing for companionship, or even the burden of uncertainty about the future. Yet, in the stillness, there is a presence that never leaves, a comfort that never fades. Though the world may define fulfillment by human relationships, there is a deeper, abiding love that sustains the soul. Strength is found not in the absence of struggle, but in the assurance that no one walks alone. There is a woman who lays her head on her pillow each night with no husband by her side. The world may look at her and wonder, does she feel alone? Does she wrestle with sorrow? Does she long for something more? In the silence of her room, she may hear the echoes of a voice she once dreamed of, or perhaps the absence of a voice she once knew. But though the bed may be empty, her heart does not have to be. The deep longing within her soul is not beyond the reach of comfort. There is one who knows her name, who sees every tear, who understands the depths of her heart. When the night feels long and the darkness presses in, she is not unseen, she is not forgotten. Many believe that fulfillment comes through human companionship alone, that joy is only found in the presence of another. But there is a greater love, one that does not fade with time, one that does not waver in hardship. This love is constant, unwavering, ever present in the stillness of the night and in the light of the morning. She may face the whispers of the world, the questioning glances, the assumption that her life is incomplete. But her worth is not determined by another's presence. Her strength does not come from a ring on her finger. She is not defined by what the world sees, but by a love that surpasses all understanding. In the quiet of the night, when fear tries to creep in, she can rest in the assurance that she is never truly alone. When doubts rise, when the weight of life feels heavy, she has a refuge, a peace that the world cannot give, and though she may sleep alone, she is always held in the embrace of a love that will never let her go. Loneliness is a quiet companion in the night. It creeps in when the world has settled, when the noise has faded, when there is nothing left but the beating of her heart and the silence of an empty room. She may lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if anyone sees, if anyone understands. The world around her moves forward. Families grow, couples walk hand in hand, laughter fills the spaces she once dreamed of occupying. And yet, here she is, with no hand to hold, no voice beside her in the darkness. But though she sleeps alone, she is not truly alone. There is one who watches over her, who never slumbers nor turns away. When she feels the weight of her solitude pressing in, there is a presence that surrounds her, a love that does not fade when the night grows long. She is not unseen, she is not forgotten. Every tear that falls, every sigh of longing is known. She may think no one hears her silent prayers, but they rise like whispers in the night, received by one who listens, who cares, who understands the depths of her heart. She may walk through life feeling like an outsider, watching from a distance as others embrace the warmth of companionship. But she is not forsaken. Her loneliness is not the end of her story. In the quiet, in the stillness, there is a voice that calls to her, a love that reaches beyond human understanding. It is in the moments when she feels most alone that she is actually held the closest. The world may not see, but she is never truly abandoned. Her worth is not defined by whether a ring adorns her finger or whether another person stands beside her. The world has drawn its own lines, marking what it calls success, fulfillment, and purpose. It tells her that to be loved by another is to be valuable, that to be chosen by a man is to be whole. It whispers that a woman without a husband is incomplete, as though her existence is waiting for validation from another's embrace. But that is not the truth. Her worth was never meant to be measured by human relationships. It is not determined by the presence of a husband or the absence of one, Before she ever loved or was loved by another, she was already known. Before she ever walked through life alone or with companionship, she was already valued. She is not a fraction waiting to be made whole, not a story unfinished because of a missing piece. No human love, no earthly relationship, no marriage or companionship can ever define the depth of her value. Her identity is not wrapped in titles given by the world, but in a greater truth that stands unshaken. She is seen, she is cherished, she is complete. Even when society tells her she is lacking, even when the weight of loneliness makes her question her purpose, she must remember she is not forgotten. She does not need another to make her whole. Her worth is already written, already secured, already unshakable. There is a love that never fades, never falters, never turns away. The world has seen love come and go, promises made and broken, hearts joined and then divided. Human love, as beautiful as it may be, is often fragile, shaped by circumstances, swayed by emotions, and tested by time. A woman who sleeps alone may wonder if she has missed something irreplaceable, if the absence of a husband means she is outside the bounds of love's embrace. But there is a greater love, one that is not built on shifting emotions or fading affections. It is a love that does not grow weary, does not walk away, does not depend on beauty, youth, or perfection. It does not count failures or demand worthiness. This love was present before she took her first breath, and it will remain long after the world has forgotten her name. It is constant, unwavering, reaching beyond loneliness, beyond sorrow, beyond the ache of an empty bed. She may look around and see others held in the arms of those they love, and she may wonder if she is missing something irreplaceable. But this love, this deeper, abiding love, is not confined to marriage, nor is it reserved for only a few. It does not wait for perfection, nor does it require a promise from another human being. It is freely given, eternally offered, unshaken by the storms of life. No matter how many nights she sleeps alone, no matter how many days she walks without a hand to hold, she is never without love. This love does not fade with time, does not wither with age, does not waver in the face of loneliness. It is a love that remains, a love that surrounds her even in the quietest moments. It is a love that fills the emptiest spaces, a love that will never let her go. She is not forgotten. Though the world moves swiftly, though faces come and go, though seasons change and time carries people in different directions, she is never out of sight. There are moments when she may feel invisible, when the silence of an empty room presses in, when the absence of companionship makes her wonder if she has been overlooked. The world may not notice her quiet strength, her unseen battles, the depth of her heart's longings. But there is one who sees. Every tear that falls in solitude is counted. Every sigh that escapes in the stillness of the night is heard. When no one calls, when no one asks how she is, when the world seems too busy to notice, she is still known. She may wonder if she is merely passing through life, unseen and unheard, but she has never been outside the gaze of the one who knows her fully. She may remember times when she felt surrounded by love, when laughter filled the spaces now left quiet. Perhaps she has watched as others built lives together while she remained on the outside, longing for a place to belong. But even when others forget, even when the world does not acknowledge her, she is never abandoned. There is a love that remembers, a presence that remains. She is not just another face in the crowd, not just another soul passing through life unnoticed. She is cherished beyond human understanding, held in a love that never lets go. Every unspoken prayer, every hidden ache, every dream she thought was forgotten, none of it is lost. She is seen, she is known. She is never, not for a moment, forgotten. Strength does not come from another person. It is not found in the presence of a husband, nor is it lost in his absence. The world often tells her that she needs someone to complete her, to support her, to give her life meaning. It whispers that without a man beside her, she is weaker. less secure, somehow unfinished. But this is not true. Her strength is not rooted in another's presence, but in something far greater, something unshakable. She has faced days when the weight of loneliness pressed in, when the silence of an empty home felt overwhelming. She has carried burdens alone, walked through trials without another to lean on, fought battles no one else has seen, and yet she still stands. She may not always feel strong, but she is. Every tear she has wiped away. Every morning she has risen, despite the ache in her heart. Every decision she has made with courage. These are marks of strength that cannot be measured by the world's standards. The world may look at her and see what is missing, but heaven looks at her and sees what is present. Resilience, faith, perseverance. True strength does not come from another human being. It is something deeper, something that sustains her when everything else falls away. It is a strength that does not fade when she walks alone, does not crumble when she faces hardship, does not waver even in the darkest of nights. She may long for companionship, and that longing is not wrong, but she must never mistake longing for weakness. To desire love is natural, but to stand strong in its absence is supernatural. And she is stronger than she knows. She has endured, she has pressed forward, she has lived with a heart open to hope. Her strength is not given by another, it is already within her, placed there by a love that never fails. There are nights when fear creeps in, nights when the walls feel too tall, the silence too heavy, the darkness too deep. She may lie awake, staring into the stillness, wondering what the future holds. Doubt whispers that she is alone, that no one stands beside her, that no one will catch her if she falls. The world moves on around her, but she carries her burdens alone. In the quiet moments when no one is watching, she wonders if she has the strength to keep going. But she is not without refuge. There is a place of safety that does not waver, a shelter that cannot be shaken. When the weight of loneliness presses down, when fear grips her heart, when doubt clouds her mind, she is not left defenseless. There is a peace that surpasses understanding, a presence that surrounds her even in the stillness of the night. The world may not see, but she is never truly unprotected. She may not have the security the world says she needs. She may not have a husband to stand beside her, to share in her struggles, to ease the burdens of life. But true refuge does not come from another person. It comes from something greater, something eternal. She is covered, she is shielded, she is watched over with a love that does not sleep, does not grow weary, does not abandon. Doubt may tell her that she is vulnerable, that she is exposed to the storms of life with no one to help her stand. But the truth is that she is never left to face them alone. In her moments of weakness, she is upheld. In her moments of fear, she is comforted. And in the midst of life's uncertainties, she is never without a place of refuge. She may sleep alone, but she is not without love. The world often measures love by what is seen, by the presence of a hand to hold, by the warmth of a whispered word, by the bond of a lifelong companion. It tells her that love is found only in the embrace of another, that without a husband by her side, she is missing something essential. But love is greater than what the world understands. It is not confined to marriage, nor is it limited to human affection. There is a love that surrounds her, a love that never lets her go. This love is not distant. It is not a passing emotion or a fleeting moment of tenderness. It is steady, enduring, unshaken by time or circumstance. It is a love that knew her before she ever longed for companionship, that saw her before she ever felt unseen, that cherished her before she ever wondered if she was enough. It does not waver when life feels empty, does not falter when nights feel long, does not diminish when loneliness tries to settle in. She may look at her life and see an empty space where love should be, but love is already here. It is written into her story, woven into her very being. It is in the quiet moments when peace washes over her heart, in the strength that carries her through each day, in the whispers of hope that remind her she is never forgotten. She is not unloved, she is not abandoned, she is not without affection, for she is held in a love that will never leave, never fail, never let her go. She may lay her head down each night with no husband beside her, but she is not alone. The world may try to define her worth by what is missing, but heaven defines her by what is present: strength, purpose, and a love that never fades. She is not forgotten, not forsaken, not incomplete. Though life may not have unfolded as she once imagined, she is not without joy, not without peace, not without a place of refuge. Her value does not come from another's presence, but from a love that has held her since the beginning. She can walk forward with confidence, knowing that her life is full, her heart is seen, and her soul is cherished. She is not simply a woman who sleeps alone. She is a woman who is held, sustained, and deeply loved.